I really love the name of this album. The Man with the Blue Postmodern Fragmented Neo-Traditionalist Guitar. Try saying that 5 times fast. Released in 1989. The Man with the Blue... I can't even try. It's not even worth me giving it a shot and trying. By Peter Case. Welcome back, everyone. Hope that you're having a fantastic one out there. Thank you, as always, for joining me here. Some of you are here every single day, every single video, and I genuinely appreciate you. Some of you are here for one video a week. Some of you, this is your first, this is your last, and I appreciate you just the same. I thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to listen to some music with you. Today we're going to listen to Peter Case. We've listened to the Plimsolls, of which he's from, and we're going to be checking out this track, Entella Hotel, off the album that I mentioned. We're listening to this because it was suggested and requested by Robert. So Robert, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the support as well. I'm pulling up the track right now so we can go ahead and give that a listen. Oh, that's a lie because I did not have it up. Let me go ahead and do that. And then, of course, we can go ahead and give it a listen. I love the album title, though. I love a good long title, kind of like with Fiona Apple there. Let's go ahead and listen to this track, Entella Hotel. Here we go.
Well, there was no way of telling on the first day in town how far it was from the Greyhound station to midnight. And always you checked into a room at the Entella Hotel, got used to the gloom and the smell and the thrill at the sight of old men laying in hallways. So you go up on Broadway, where the sailors all roll, and the girls give themselves names like Lola, Estelle, and Nicole. They work at a place called the Garden of Earthly Delights, and the tourists pour in from all over to take in the sights. In the sweet summer heat, Nick the cop walks the beat. You feel him coming from way down the street, drawing lines in the dirt with his feet, daring kids to cross it.
I like the picturesque way it describes it.
Now all the same winos I still see in my dreams tighten up and start making scenes, and here comes Nick on a swagger. The old ones are whispering tall six. So Nick picks it up and looks for who's needing it most, and the ones on the lamp all getting ready to roast. And the afternoon goes on forever like some drunken bum, till the sun finally drowns neath the bridge and the night is begun. By the bay, the ship's horns are blasting the fog, and we stumble and mutter and run through the gutter like dogs, with one card to play, dying to play it each night, in the back of a place called the Garden of Earthly Delight.
I like that reference.
High in your room, the mirror falls with a roar, staring in pieces that lay broke on the floor. And there's a knock on the door, and the guy says there's a call on the phone. You figure nobody knows your room or your name. You guess it's someone just playing a game, so you answer it guarded, expecting to still be alone. It's Nicole, she says she's getting off early tonight. Her and the boss just had a terrible fight. come down to meet her, would that be alright? So you walk in the back door and the first thing you hear is her song. At the Garden of Earthly Delights, the show must go on. You got one card to play, you're dying to play it each night. With your back to the bar at the Garden of Earthly Delights. You got one card to play, you're dying to play it each night. In the back of the place called the Garden of Earthly Delights.
I like a track like this that amongst the instrumentation, which on one hand is straightforward in its acoustic structure and, you know, the different textures and fills that are beautifully brought in around it, the bass, the slide guitar, and those pitches sliding up and down, eventually some organ as well. I like how within that kind of structure, lyrics like this that are very visual, very picturesque, you can actually follow a story and perhaps even gain some sort of symbolism and metaphors behind it, whatever it might be. There's a reference, constantly made in here to the Garden of Earthly Delights from Bosch. We actually did a painting reaction to that, last year, I guess. And it's cool to have tracks like this, which on a surface level, you can read it, understand it, move on. Or you can kind of go a step further and kind of examine it a little bit more. So I like a track like that that has that kind of lyrical value. And musical, even music aside, I just like examining and reading and things like that. Musically, very nice. Peter sings really nicely in here. There's a relaxed tone that he sings in. There's a moment, especially near the beginning, where he pushes a note further out that, for some reason, kind of reminded me a little bit in the same delivery and method that Phil Collins on some of his solo work or later Genesis would kind of perform and push out that more expressive forward range, which I think always sounds incredible. And then he pulls it right back immediately. So it's not like a showcase or a show off of his voice throughout this song. It's just a moment of pushing it and then bringing it right back into something a little bit more relaxed alongside of the rest of the music there. So I think the music travels really nicely, but it's honestly more the story that I'm kind of interested in. I'm kind of curious about this because I feel like there could be more to this than perhaps meets the eye. Well, there was no way of telling on the first day in town how far it was from the Greyhound station to midnight, and always. He checked into a room at the Entella Hotel, got used to the gloom and the smell, and the thrill of the sight of the old men playing in halls. So you go up Broadway where the sailors all roam, yes, roam spelled differently, and the girls give themselves names like Lola, Estelle, and Nicole. We'll put an asterisk on that and come back to that later. They work at a place called the Garden of Earthly Delights, and the tourists come in from all over to take in the sights. So, like I said, we had done our reaction to the painting here from Bosch. And so, of course, you have, a lot of frolicking and love and fun things, pleasurable things happening. But then there's that last part of the painting, which takes kind of a dramatic turn downwards. So I'm kind of perhaps getting something similar. Everyone's just here living life. It's a very, day-to-day kind of observational lyricism that we're getting here. But there may be something happening behind it all. In the sweet summer heat, Nick the cop walks the beat. You can hear him coming from way down the street, drawing lines in the dirt with his feet, daring kids to cross it. Now all the same winos I see in my dreams tighten up and start making scenes. And here comes Nick on this wanker, and the old ones are whispering, "Toss it." Nick picks it up and looks for who's needing it most, and the ones on the lamb are all getting ready to roast. That final triptych. And the afternoon goes on forever like some drunken bum, till the sun finally drowns neath the bridge and the night has begun. Down by the bay the ship's horns are blasting the fog, and we stumble and mutter, run through the gutter like dogs. We've one card to play, we're dying to play it each night, in the back of the place called the Garden of Earthly Delights. So, like I said, we're getting a very just observational words here, talking about the cop, and he's walking his beats, and he puts a line in the sand and dares people basically to cross it, which could, of course, be literal, but also could just be figurative. And some people are egging on others to go ahead and basically do it. And this is just life coming and going, and in this garden of earthly delights. Then we get a little bit of a change here. High in your room, the mirror falls with a roar, stating at pieces that lay on the floor, could be staring. And there's a knock on the door, and a guy says there's a call on the phone. You figure nobody knows your room or your name. Guess someone's just playing a game. So you answer it guarded, expected to be alone. It's Nicole. She says she's getting off early tonight. Her and the boss had a terrible fight. Would you come down and meet her? Would that be all right? So you walk to the back door. First thing you hear is her song. At the Garden of Earthly Delights, the show must go on. You've got one card to play, and you're dying to play it each night with your back to the bar at the Garden of Earthly Delights. Got one card to play, and you're dying to play it each night. And he says, with your back first to the bar, so kind of staring out perhaps into the crowd with your back to the bar, if you're taking it literally. And then it changes it slightly and says, in the back of a place called the Garden of Earthly Delights. Almost like in the back rooms of that. So I really do read this in two ways. You really could read it, surface level as literally, he's new in town, he's at the hotel, he's at this place, probably a club or a bar called Garden of Earthly Delights, and he's just out there, living, watching, observing, seeing what's happening, and at the end, meeting Nicole for perhaps a night of earthly delights. Or you could read this more symbolically, going along with the painting as well, and maybe all this is... I'm diving here. Maybe all this is just, maybe they're in hell, or or something like that. I feel like you could, maybe there's some sort of purgatory or something. And the call from Nicole could represent something else, perhaps a descent. I don't know. You could kind of play with this one a little bit. Ships calling you to different places. We've got one card to play. We're dying to play it each night. Could be your life. You only have one card to play with your life. I don't know. I feel like you could reach in this one. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Thank you as always for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Robert, thank you so much for the recommendation as well. I appreciate that. I hope that you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for coming here and stopping on in. Come back tomorrow, and I'll see you all then. Bye, guys.